Okay, are you ready? Okay, Carl, who picked the lesson out today? What's it called, Carl? Missing coat. The missing coat. Okay, let's see. I, the Lord, will forgive whom I forgive, but of you it is required to forgive all men. Mom, my coat's gone, Brad said. It was time to go home from church, but Brad couldn't find his coat on the rack. Are you sure that's where you hung it up? Mom asked. Yes, it was right here. Brad's coat was bright blue and red. It was hard to miss. Maybe it got moved. Let's look around the building, Dad said. Mom, Dad, and Brad split up to check different rooms. They looked in the lost and found box, in the chapel, and in Brad's classroom, in the primary room, and on every coat rack. They even looked in the bathrooms.
Sit down.
But they didn't find the coat. Somebody probably took it by accident. I'm sure they'll return it next week as soon as they realize it isn't theirs, Dad said. In the meantime, you can wear your old coat, Mom said. Brad frowned. He didn't like his old coat. It was thin, faded, and too small for him. He loved how his new red and blue coat made him look like a superhero. Someone probably saw how cool my coat is and stole it, Brad thought. How could that happen at church? Everyone there was supposed to be honest. Brad wouldn't let the robber get away with it. He had a plan. Next Sunday he would watch carefully to see who was wearing his coat. Then he would snatch it back and yell, "Stop, thief!" They would be sorry they ever took it. Brad could hardly wait for next Sunday to carry out his plan, but the next Sunday was too warm for coats, and so was the next Sunday. The Sunday after that, Brad looked around suspiciously at all the boys in primary, wondering who stole his coat. Was it that tall boy, or maybe was it that girl? He felt like he couldn't trust anyone. Brad didn't like that feeling. After church, Brad hurried around the building watching families put on their coats, but he didn't see his coat anywhere. He even checked the lost and found box again, but no coat. Where could it be? On the way home, Brad thought of a new plan. He would pray. He would ask. He knew Heavenly Father could find lost things. That night, Brad prayed and said, "Heavenly Father, please let me know who took my coat. I want it back." Brad waited for the robber's name or face to come to his mind, but instead he started thinking about his friend Carl. Brad usually sat by Carl in primary. They joked and laughed together a lot, but Carl hadn't been to church in a few weeks. Brad missed him. What if Carl had taken his coat? Maybe Carl was too afraid to come to church now because he thought Brad wouldn't be his friend anymore. Brad wanted Carl to come to church again. If Carl had taken his coat, Brad decided he wouldn't yell at him. He would forgive him. Brad climbed into bed feeling better. The next Sunday in primary, Carl wasn't there, but a new boy was. He was wearing a red and blue striped tie. "Cool tie," Brad said, sitting by the new boy. "It makes you look like a superhero." The boy smiled. Brad smiled too. He wasn't looking for robbers anymore.
Is that the boy?
He was looking for a friend.
Is that the boy?
This is Brad. This is the one that lost his coat. And this is the new boy that came with a tie that's red and blue, kind of like the coat that he lost.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. And he just decided to not worry about his coat and make new friends. He still doesn't know where his coat is.
No.
So
But
this
what
is a
does
good
it
story.
say?
This is a good story.
Did you read this though?
See the family manual. That's all it says. This is a good story about forgiving somebody, especially if you don't know if they're somebody who took something
But
or
why
if they were the
didn't-
ones that were mean. It's a good way to forgive somebody. So if somebody does something mean to you, will you be good and forgive them? That's what the story's about, is forgiving somebody if they've been mean to you. And be nice to everybody. Okay?
Where's that bread though?
We're just gonna eat breakfast. If we eat bread right now, you're not gonna be hungry for breakfast. So let's just eat breakfast because it's ready to cook.